Well, good afternoon. Sheesh, I can't even speak right. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome everyone. So, what I have in front of me is a chuck, I think it's beef chuck steak, slowly seared over sear father. Hey, stop. And I've got some sauteed onions here. I've also got some steak bites and some three cheese rice. So I need to go get my drink, which is going to be some Mio inside of my bottle where I normally put my water in. And I'm putting a little bit more flavor into this one just because I don't want it to be lame, I guess. I already fed the luxury meat pup. And now he's just pretty much waiting for his walk at this point. And he's hungrily eyeing my food. And I said, nah, homie, that's my food. But, you know, doggers is as dogger are. So, go ahead and try whatever dogs can. Alrighty. Alright. So, I'll just wait till some people come in. I'll go ahead and start eating my meal. And then after that, I'll go ahead and explain to people what is happening in the new year. A lot of different announcements for you guys. Hey there, how you doing? Let me see. Let me make sure that it's not just top messages, all messages. Hey there, Ashley. How you doing? So I want to show you guys real quick again. This is some sauteed onions and garlic. This is a cheesy rice with Guinness cheddar, cream cheese, and chai style brie. This is actually a pretty nice little mix. And this right here is some chuck steak that I have. I'm going to be putting out videos. Well, I'm going to be putting out a video, I should say, about this food. What's going to be happening with Luxury Meat Warriors and all of that. Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm having dinner right here. Hey there, Bill. Brogan. Ashley. Anybody else who wants to go ahead and say something in the chat, go ahead and say hi. Um, as I was telling them, I got some sauteed onions here, right? Some cheese rice with cream cheese, Guinness cheddar, and chai style brie. And I'm eating it right now with my steak. Here we go. I'm out here in California, United States. How about you, Bill? Where are you hailing from? You too, Ashley. Let me know. Let me know where you guys are from. Australia, huh? Hey, what's up, hater trolling? How you doing tonight? What'd you guys have for dinner? Curious. Those sauteed onions, I actually ended up putting a little bit of apple cider syrup just to help it caramelize. And it added like a perfect amount of sweetness to it. Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Oh, yeah. By the way, I want to show you guys. His name is Papa. He already had his plate over there. And he got basically the same thing, steak with rice. Although his didn't have cheese. It just had the minor seasoning from Tony's. Creole. Tony Chacheries. I don't know how to say it, but yeah. So this is the luxury meat doggers. His name is Papa, right? Papa ended up biting a kid doing his job, and then he got kicked out from where he was at. So now he's with me. Luxury meat doggers. He pretty much eats whatever it is that I eat, along with some of his complete nutrition wet dog food. You know, the ones that you could buy for like $5.50 at Walmart. But he eats rice. He eats meat with me. Rice is good for the carbs, you know? And he gets taken on a walk twice a day. And he loves it. Right now, he's waiting for me to finish so I can go ahead and take him out for his second walk of the day. Don't worry, Papa. I'm going to try to finish as soon as possible so that I can take my loyal fans out for a walk with us, okay? Look at him. All right, Papa? I'm gonna finish eating, and then me, you, and the fans, we're all gonna go for a walk, okay? All right. His expressions are so hilarious, huh? Anyways, let me see. I want to try some rice with one of these steak bites. Here we go. Mmm. 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 The rice, I added a little bit of no salt seasoning, a little bit of what? Chili pepper flakes, and then that was it. Now, I have this right here, guys. Don't know if you guys can see this. It's called tabanero, and supposedly it's supposed to have select habanero, jolokia, and scorpion peppers, carrot, onion, key lime juice, garlic, agave, xanthan gum, vinegar, water, capsaicin, pepper extract, salt, spices, potassium sorbate, and sodium benzoate. Says extreme heat, kosher, gluten-free, and vegan, I think. Yeah, vegan. Now, I got this for 50 cents over at Grocery Outlet, and I'm going to show you guys just how not hot this is. So I'm going to put it on a little piece of steak here, just so you guys can see. Mmm. Mmm. That's not even hot at all. Mmm. All right, guys, so here's an idea of what I had for the Philosopher's Inferno, right? So, you know, hot ones, they use, what is it? Hot wings and hot sauces, right? I plan to make my own hot sauce, but I need to go ahead and work with the habaneros and peppers and stuff like that. And I still got to work on making a matcha. But essentially, there's a wheel that's supposed to be on this 10 Acres Gifts box. And it has all sorts of little... Sorry, it's giving me a burp. It's supposed to have the sauces all in a circle. And my idea is, if you spin it, and let's say, for instance, it lands on this, well then, yeah, no, it's not even hot. I mean, it makes me sweat a little bit, but that's just a reaction from it. I can go ahead and, you know, toss some more like I did on here, right? And, oh, believe me, I can finish this whole bottle in a night. But something like this, will be very similar to how Hot Ones functions. And instead of asking questions about fame, fortune, and all of that stuff, and I'll be asking people spiritual questions, like, what got you to where you're at today? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It is a shooter. It's 1 point 1.70 1.7 fluid ounces or 50 milliliters. It's not very much. It does pack a punch though. I'll go ahead and say that. It's not hot hot. I mean, I've had hotter, like say for instance the African Dream ghost pepper sauce, and then I've also had Melinda's ghost pepper sauce. That one was pretty delicious. Both of those freaking hot. A whole lot hotter than this, but what's giving this its heat is not just the capsaicin extract, but it's also the garlic and the vinegar. It adds to the spice. Mmm. This rice is just so fantastically flavored that it didn't really need very much of anything. And look at this. Watch Mr. Papa. Watch. All right. Up, up. All right, stay. 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 Okay. Good boy. See? You know, you could train them with treats. You could train them with like all sorts of, little gizmos and gadgets and all sorts of things. But there's one thing that doggers will always respond to, and that's meat. Tis the reason why he works so well as the luxury meat doggers. He is by far probably one of the best dogs that I've ever seen. And I need to start. Oh, yeah, I'm going to need to clean out your eyes, huh? Because you got some eye boogers going on there. Yeah, buddy. And I want to say probably here within this next week, I'm going to get you groomed, okay? Anyways, I want to go ahead and finish this meal because he's waiting on me. He's waiting on me patiently, and I seem to be weighing on his patience, so... I'm going to go ahead and finish this. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I do want to update you guys a little bit on what's going to be happening here in the future. So, you guys right here at Divination Nation, you guys understand, me doing tarot, astrology, numerology, and that's going to be changing here soon too. My readings are going to focus more on astrology and the use of numerology, but I will be using tarot to clarify and do a lot of different things like that. I just won't be using tarot like I did before in terms of like a main type of aspect. So that's going to be different. I'll be returning to a specific mode in which I used to do it. And it would be with the astrology background. I believe it's the green screen when it comes to TikTok. And I'll be making videos that way. One of the biggest things that I need to do is I want to go ahead and try to clear some space on my phone. That means that I will be moving some pictures to my computer. And my computer right now, I mean, I use it, but I have a lot of different things that are going on, so that's one of the main reasons of why I haven't been doing any readings either. Although I am open to doing personal readings if you guys are interested. Um, for now, still donation. Here on the 1st, I plan to get Lakshmi up in terms of business, but also to get Divination Nation up as well. So, thank you. That's the word. Thank you for that subscription, man. Um, so a lot of different changes. Both Luxmeet and Divination Nation are going to be functioning as a business. I'm going to be doing the LLC paperwork here soon enough. I have the papers. They're right there. I just have to fill them out. On the 1st, I'm going to have the 231 set aside. Do I know Yuri? No, I don't. And so it'll be Divination Nation as the overarching company name, I guess you could say. But I will be doing business as the Luxury Meat Warriors. So there's a lot of different things that's going to have, including what you see in front of you, as well as the different ideas that I have going on with the Luxury Meat Warriors. I will have shirts, by the way, if you guys are interested. You know, different shirts that I've made over time, like 10 steaks ahead. You're not sweating, you're marinating. If you're not eating a dry aged steak, then what even are you doing? Um, what else? Thermo Bro, right? My trusty thermostat sidekick. Um, there's going to be a lot of different things that come out with the Luxury Meat Warriors. I would say you guys just keep a lookout. I do have a channel up right now, and it is called the Luxury Meat Warriors. So I'm going to go ahead and get that link probably here whenever I finish this video. And that way you guys can go ahead and check it out. Here on the 1st, I'm also going to be creating the website for all of that. So you guys are going to be able to take a look at that. Hey there, Aubrey. How are you doing? And welcome. So what I'm eating right now is cheese rice with cream cheese, chai briette, and Guinness cheddar. And I also cooked up some beef chuck. And I also cooked up some sauteed onions and garlic. And this is fantastic so far. I've been really thoroughly enjoying myself. Just having a chit chat here with you guys about what's going to happen with Divination Nation and Lux Meat. If you're new to the channel, you can go ahead and check out all the old stuff that I have here. Hey there, Benny. What's up? Don't know if my TikTok handle is there, but chances are that's probably where everything's going to be dropping first. And then I'll drop it here. Unless I go live like what I'm doing right now. Other than that, I'm going to be doing a lot of different content, across a lot of different social media, across 2 different accounts. As I get the ball rolling for the Luxury Meat Warriors and Divination Nation. If you guys are interested too, Divination Nation is going to be a school in the future, which is going to be based off of my bachelor's in business, and also I will be going to school for teaching as well. What do I mostly involve in my diet? meat, cheese, and then whatever carbs I'm gonna be using. So sometimes I use pasta, sometimes I use rice. Um, Mostly cream cheese is a pretty big staple. Um Guinness cheddar, the chai style brie, Cabernet Sauvignon, goat cheese. Those are all kind of like specialty. And whenever I want a certain flavor out of my food, I go ahead and use the cheeses as a main flavor as opposed to trying to use any like seasonings and stuff like that. Salmon? No, actually, I was planning on doing salmon, but I wanted to wait till I got my grill, and that's going to be here next month too. It's actually going to be part of the expansion of the luxury meat warriors and everything that's been happening over this last year. Big part has to do with trying to recover from my motorcycle accident. Not just the physical stuff. By the way, I'm actually going to physical therapy for that right now already. But it's more so along the lines of trying to recover economically because having to take all those lift rides early on and having to try to catch up on bills and stuff like that was actually quite difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult. I mean, not as difficult as trying to survive 7 days of homelessness, I'll tell you that. But yeah, it was pretty difficult. A lot of plasma that I had to donate in order to keep myself up this whole time. Since June of 2024. Of course, that's all quieted down. I don't have to donate as much. At this point, I do it if I feel like I want to help people. And sometimes I get the feeling of helping people. Sometimes I just want to chill at my house, like right now. And also, I'm trying to get started with, a good schedule for me and Papa. Papa's only been here for like, I want to say roughly almost a week. Oh, excuse me. And I want to make sure that I do right by him. So, and honestly, I don't even know um, how long he'll be with me. However, what I do know is that he makes a very good mascot. Yeah, well, I mean, at the beginning, I had to take Lyft because I was injured. Um, my ankle had gotten messed up, my wrists had gotten messed up, my knee had gotten messed up, my hip was off balanced. Actually, interesting story with that. So, my appointment, if I'm not mistaken, that was on the 12th or the 13th for physical therapy. She checked my hips and she found that my left side was 1.5 inches lower than the right side. And so she was doing different things to try to get it aligned and all of that. And that's something that I have to do like on my own as well. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but there's that. And I want to say probably since like the second, maybe the third month after my ankle and all of that had already like reduced in swelling and started to heal, I started to do a lot more walking. I still did walking then, but it was very difficult. And that actually helped because now I can walk, for 10, 15, 20 miles if necessary. Or I can walk, a good 40, 50 miles in a week. And it's actually not even all that hard. But a big part of that has to do with me and my training regimen. You know, even before my accident, I did a lot of walking. So I think that's probably what helped. But it did make me wonder, you know, what all I still have that's messed up. Just because, a person can walk doesn't mean that they're not still broken inside. So a lot of different things need to be checked. So if you look right here, there's nothing, right? But if you look right here, can you guys see this this little bump right here? Right there. Well, I don't know what that is, but it might actually be a bone. Can you guys see that? Yeah. So that has to be checked out. And that's actually probably going to be part of the physical therapy as well. And, but see, here's the thing too. The lift that I had to use way back when I was recovering, that's all going to be covered under the economic portion of my insurance case that I have going on right now. And also, I have that packet that I'm putting together. I need to take the information that I have on my lift rides from my phone and transfer it over to my computer, where I have my master spreadsheet of the various different places that I've gone to, the different type of meat that I've gotten or ingredients. And also, I can match that up to the videos that I have or pictures that I have in my phone and go back and create videos of those retro moments. And that master file is also going to be mainly, actually, firstly, I built it for the insurance, but since I started building it, I found that it was useful for taxes as well, since, I've been trying to start my business since February. So, Luxury Meat Warriors had its first post February 5th. Then my accident happened on the 6th of February. So, it shows a very, very valid point that I could have gotten my business started then. And until now, have I been struggling to try to right myself financially. So everything has a basis. All T's are crossed, all I's are dotted. And now it's just time to finish executing things that need to be executed and get myself ready for the new year. See, a lot of the different things that are going on with the planets right now, guys, they're asking for us to finish old things. Old people that we used to deal with, old situations that have been carrying on for too long, things like that. Those things need to finish. Those things need to resolve themselves. And the planets, with them being reversed and getting ready to move in direct motion, are asking us to really, really do away with the old system. This is actually the point, guys, where you either jump into a repeat cycle or you pass this test and you move on to the next phase. And if we know that, then we actually have, that foresight to be able to make the proper choices for ourselves and maybe even for those around us too. I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and throw my jacket on. And then we're going to go ahead and take Papa for a walk. I'm going to take you guys here with me. This will be almost like an old throwback to the days back in June when I used to be homeless and I'd be walking around with my stuff inside of a cart. And except now, you guys see me in my location. Oh. Those fat chips are good. We just gotta wait for them to just gotta wait for them. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and load me a bowl. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and let me know. You guys are probably wondering, where I've been, what I've been up to. Even if not, that's cool too, I've been doing a lot of building and stuff like that with the Luxury Meat Warriors and a lot of different stuff. Different meats that I sear. Um, Different ideas that have taken hold since the inception of the Luxury Meat Warriors. And then, of course, little Papa over here. This little guy right here. I tell you, he is one dogger wogger pups. And I mean, he's already like 5 years old. So he's a pretty old doggers, but he still loves just chilling out, relaxing. He loves steak, that's for sure. Little Papa had a ribeye. And oh man, he started moaning. See, that's actually another shirt that I'm going to be making. It's called... Actually, it's not even called. It has the phrase, moaning isn't optional. It's part of the process. And I will be using these phrases as I start to cook lives. Cook on lives, but cook lives also. And I'll be coming out with a lot of different stuff like music, steak-based music, all of that stuff. I actually recorded, you know what? Nah, I'll have to do that in a separate show because it has well, it's the song itself, the instrumental is copyrighted. It's by who? J. Cole. And I believe it's GOMD is what the song is called. I made my own steak-based lyrics, and it's pretty fantastic. It's probably something that you guys would be interested in if you guys are into parodies and stuff like that. And I feel like you guys would find that rather interesting. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments too. It's freaking cold out there. Freaking cold in here. 75 degrees. All right. I am going outside. Come on, Papa, let's go. I'm gonna play Gandalf. Me and my pipe. Ah, yeah. All right, guys. We're outside right now. It's freaking cold. Oh my gosh. I think it's gotta be at least 65 degrees right now. At least. Nah, it's probably gonna be at least 55 degrees out here. It's 10:40. And while you guys might think that it might be too late to walk my dog, it's not. He walks both by sunlight and by moonlight. He's a balanced doggers. And he loves his walks. Come on. I know there's two people here, and I know you guys want to say something. Go ahead. No question is too stupid, all right, guys? So I know you guys have a lot of questions. Wondering, who Thermo Bro is, who Seer Father is, who Big Bertha is. Maybe not. If you guys have any questions about Larry, Rex, and Sheila, those were cuts that were actually pretty fantastic. Larry, 77 days in his fat tomb. Rex and Sheila in their own fat tombs for 88 days. I still got to do Rip Optimus Prime. But Carl, he already took center stage. Carl, Carl, let's just say, was a scammer. But the flavor on that meat, once it comes out, isn't going to be. All right, guys, welcome. I'm out having me a Gandalf moment, so you guys just go ahead and ask whatever questions you want. I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer, probably about as long as it takes to walk Papa, which he only has about 20 minutes in his tank, so it won't be too much of a walk. And update, guys. So tarot readings. I will be using my new decks. That's also another thing that I'll be putting out in the new year is my tarot decks. Three are gonna be uh, worked on for the time being. I have my everything deck, which contains numbers, words, phrases, things like that. I have the Seeker's Answers, which is basically very artistically and carefully drawn cards that are intuitively guided. So far, I think I've only done what? I want to say maybe like 9 of them. Lately, I haven't really been working on any because I haven't been feeling the call or the need to. When it's time, it'll be time. I could just go ahead and say that. And then I have my Luxmeet Tarot deck, which that one's going to be very interesting, and I already have ideas cooking up for it. And I think that's probably going to take precedence before the Seeker's Answers, just because it's on brand. And each of them are going to have their own stake based meanings, which will contribute to the various different tarot readings that I do in the future. I think you guys are going to enjoy those ones. And if you guys are interested in buying those ones will be up on the shop as soon as I have inventory of them. In case you guys are wondering, this strain is called Space OG. It's by Astronaut. It's a pretty decent strain. Here on the first, I'm going to go ahead and pick me up probably a half OZ or a full OZ of some indoor, some bomb herb. Maybe go in a day where they have an actual pretty good deal over at Stizzy. Or maybe even March and Ash, I don't know. March and Ash is changing things around. They're going to be doing flat rates as well for anybody who is interested. If you guys have a March and Ash in your area, just know their prices are changing to flat fees, much like Stizzy, because they used to say that people used to get mad that, you know, the website would say 1850 for 3.5 grams, and then they show up and it's like another $7 of state tax. You know, people got tired of that, so March and Ash is changing their policy. Now, March and Ash is considered more of like the corporate medicinal cannabis sellers, but ugh, I mean, there's got to be one of those in industry in some place, in one, I guess, job sector and in whatever its category is, right? But yeah, it's pretty interesting how March and Ash got so big, you know? I remember when it was just that one Imperial Valley location, and then they went to Mission Valley, and then from there they started spreading out to all sorts of different places. Yeah, I was there when their original location opened up, and man, that was like one of the best things. Although the deliveries were still pretty cool because they would give a free gram for you to try out. It was pretty interesting. Anyways, let's go ahead and finish up this bowl. I've been talking too much. See? My doggers, he's ready. He's ready for the walk. Hi, Papa. Ready? Ready for the walk? Yeah? Yeah, he is. Look at him. Ready for the walk. Yeah, you ready for the walk? Yep. See? All right. Let's go ahead and finish this up, and then we're going to go ahead and go on that walk. Let me finish this real quick, just so that my doggers doesn't yell at me. All right, Papa. All right. Relax. Oh, hey there, new person. Welcome. We're about to go for a walk with Papa right now. He's just waiting for me to complete my ritual. Right, Papa. We're just about ready. All right, guys. We're about to go for that walk now. Gotta get my keys. And then we ready. Yep. Look at him. Look at him. He's going crazy. Yeah, you ready, Papa? Yep, look at him. He's ready. You ready? Yep. Oh, man. He's funny. All right, let's go, Papa. So, yeah. I've been making a lot of lyrics to a lot of different famous songs. Like, for instance, Drake, Dewey the Don, Tech Nine, J. Cole, Sal Rock, Eminem, Big They're all various different stake-based or consciousness-based lyricism